This week at NASA. The 6 crew members of STS-129 continue to ready for a November 16th liftoff aboard Space Shuttle Atlantis. Commanding the 11-day mission to the International Space Station is Charlie Hobaugh. Pilot is Barry Wilmore, and Leland Melvin, Randy Bresnick, Mike Foreman, and Bobby Satcher are the mission specialists. The crew will use Atlantis to deliver 2 storage platforms filled with spare parts to the ISS, and during 3 spacewalks, install the platforms on the station's truss.
The shuttle is an amazing vehicle. It can bring up a tremendous amount of equipment externally, internally, and bring it back. For our mission, we're bringing up probably the long-term external stores or external parts that are critical spares to keep the station healthy and on orbit for a long period of time.
STS-129 will also return flight engineer Nicole Stott to Earth following 3 months in space. Atlantis' launch is scheduled for 2:28 p.m. November 16th.
This isn't about money. This is about vision.
2 innovative aerospace companies are big winners in one of NASA's 6 Centennial Challenges. Masten Space Systems of Mojave, California, received $1 million, and Armadillo Aerospace of Rockwall, Texas, $500,000 for their first and second prize wins in the Northrop Grumman Lunar Lander Challenge. The pair successfully simulated landing a spacecraft on the moon and lifting off again during the contest's Level 2 face-off. Masten and Armadillo met earlier this fall during the Level 1 phase of the challenge, but with a reversal of fortune. In that competition, Armadillo came out on top. The companies received their awards during a special ceremony on Capitol Hill.
We've demonstrated a very capable team that can build launch vehicles, and we're now ready to start doing truly inexpensive, reusable launch vehicles, and I think this will be a big help to the entire country, NASA, the entire world.
We need to go from prizes to profits, and this represented a bootstrap to that for Armadillo Aerospace as well as for many other companies out there. And we're excited to participate in that and continue to move forward with our efforts to bring the access to space to the common man.
The NASA-funded Lunar Lander Challenge comes under the direction of the agency's Innovative Partnership Program. Other Centennial challenges include a regolith excavation challenge and a power beaming contest. With these events, NASA hopes to encourage participation of independent teams, private companies, and others to find innovative solutions to technical challenges. The Lunar Lander Challenge competition was managed by the X Prize Foundation.
Welcome home, Discovery.
Members of the crew of STS-128 were at headquarters to share with employees their experiences on the recent mission.
Discovery, capture confirmed.
All right, got flashing red, all right.
Commander Rick Sturko was joined by mission specialists Pat Forrester, Jose Hernandez, and Christopher Fugelsang of the European Space Agency in presenting highlights and answering questions about their late summer 14-day mission to the International Space Station.
When you're on the mission, is it more work or more play?
Well, it's definitely more work. We're only up there for a limited amount of time, so we try to maximize our time up there by trying to do as much work as possible. However, there are times where we will get a moment to take a quick look out the window and look at the scenery of our planet.
Among the items brought to the station aboard Space Shuttle Discovery was the Leonardo Multi-Purpose Logistics Module, a pressurized moving van filled with equipment, including the Colbert treadmill. Students from the Maryland School for the Blind were welcomed to NASA headquarters as part of the agency's community mentoring program.
There are highlands on the moon.
The event was organized to foster student interest in science and engineering and to expose them to a wide variety of career opportunities at the agency.
As a blind person, I'm really interested in getting more kids to pursue science and engineering. I want to give back. People before me made it better for me, the few who had made it, and I want to make it better for the next generation.
Students also listened to presentations about NASA's missions from staff members and interacted with tactile presentations of the shuttle and the moon and solar system. This is NASA's first community outreach event with the Maryland School for the Blind. Emergency personnel from Edwards Air Force Base and the Dryden Flight Research Center took part in an exercise to rescue astronauts from the orbiter's crew compartment, and after triage assessment, safely evacuate injured crew members in the unlikely event of a landing mishap. The exercises are held periodically at the Kennedy Space Center and Dryden for Air Force and NASA fire rescue and medical personnel. The Dryden Flight Research Center is the primary alternate landing site for the space shuttle.
Hi Nicole, this is Diamond. Is there proof that there is water on Mars?
Какие спортивные упражнения вы делаете и как часто?
Будучи исследователем, использующим Международную космическую станцию сегодня.
Comment est-ce que vous communiquez avec vos familles?
How does water technology from life in space relate to providing cleaner water on Earth?
That's a very good question.
The Expedition 21 crew aboard the International Space Station assisted the Department of Education in touting International Education Week, November 16th through the 20th.
What is being done by NASA to select more females and inspire young girls to consider careers in astrophysics or astronautics?
There's more to what's going on here than the spaceflight missions themselves on orbit. If you look at the ratios of women to men in mission control and on all of the ground teams, I think you'll find that women are very well represented. There's many outreach programs at the middle school as well as the high school and university levels that are encouraging young women to get into science and engineering.
Students from the Washington area were able to question NASA astronauts Jeff Williams, Nicole Stott, and other crew members serving aboard the station.
This is Kristen. How does pushing the boundaries of our capacity in space result in terrestrial benefits, and what are some examples?
On the ground, they met and asked questions of astronauts Don Thomas and STS-128 crew members Patrick Forrester, Jose Hernandez, and Krister Fugelsang.
We are reading you 5 by 5.
I hope that means well. Does that mean good? Thanks so much. This is an absolute thrill for us, and we have...
Also in attendance were Education Secretary Arnie Duncan and NASA Administrator Charlie Bolden.
International Education Week and events allow NASA, Department of Education, and education communities to collaborate to inspire the next generation of the country's scientists, engineers, and explorers. Okay, enough talk.
International Education Week celebrates international education and exchange programs worldwide, helping prepare Americans for a global environment and attracting future leaders from abroad to study here in the United States. And that's This Week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, log on to www.nasa.gov.